Chapter 6. The Base. It is quite impossible to find the Buddha anywhere other than in one's own mind. A person who is ignorant of this may seek externally, but how is it possible to find oneself through seeking anywhere other than in oneself? Someone who seeks their own nature externally is like a fool who, giving a performance in the middle of a crowd, forgets who he is and then seeks everywhere else to find himself. Padmasambhava, the Yoga of Knowing the Mind. Of the groups of three, the group known as the base, the path and the fruit is of central importance, and we shall now consider each of these in turn. The base, or ji in Tibetan, is the term used to denote the fundamental ground of existence, both at the universal level and at the level of the individual, the two being essentially the same. To realize the one is to realize the other. If you realize yourself, you realize the nature of the universe. We have previously referred to the primordial state experienced in non-dual contemplation, and it is in this state that the individual regains the experience of identity with the base. It is called the base because it is the base of all phenomena, and because, being uncreated, ever pure, and self-perfected, it is not something that has to be constructed. Although it is the uncreated and indestructible base of the existence of each and every individual, it remains hidden to the experience of every being affected by the illusion of dualism. When this happens, it is temporarily obscured by the clouds constituted by negative mental states in mutual interaction. For example, passions such as attachment and aversion, which arise from the basic ignorance of dualistic vision. However, the base should not be objectified and considered as a self-existing entity. It is the insubstantial state or condition which serves as the basis of all entities and individuals, of which the ordinary individual is unaware, but which is fully manifest in the realized individual. In the teachings in general, not just in the Dzogchen teaching, it is considered that consciousness does not cease with the death of the physical body, but transmigrates. The karmic causes accumulated over countless lifetimes, giving rise to further rebirths until the individual becomes realized. Karma is transcended and transmigration is brought to an end. The question of how and when this transmigration began is not so very much spoken of, because it is considered more important to deal with those things that will actually be helpful in bringing the suffering of transmigration in conditioned existence to an end, rather than to waste one's precious time speculating about a first cause. At the time of the Buddha, there was considerable debate amongst the Brahmin sects as to the precise nature of the Creator, and even as to whether a Creator existed. But instead of affirming or denying the existence of a Supreme Being as the first cause, the Buddha advised his disciples to leave aside all doubts and speculation and to strive to attain the state of enlightenment in which questions disappear and clarity manifests. At the level of what we ourselves actually experience in our lives, it is clear where transmigration begins. It begins in any instant in which we enter into dualism, just as it ends when we rediscover the primordial state, which is beyond all limits, including the limits of time and of words and concepts. Nevertheless, the words of the Song of the Vajra try to describe it. The Song of the Vajra. Unborn, yet continuing without interruption, neither coming nor going, omnipresent. Supreme Dharma, unchangeable space, without definition, spontaneously self-liberating, perfectly unobstructed state, manifest from the very beginning, self-created without location, with nothing negative to reject and nothing positive to accept, infinite expanse, penetrating everywhere, immense, and without limits, without ties, with nothing even to dissolve or to be liberated from. Manifest beyond space and time, existing from the beginning, immense yin, inner space, radiant through clarity, like the sun and the moon, self-perfected, indestructible like a Vajra, stable as a mountain, pure as a lotus, strong as a lion, incomparable pleasure beyond all limits, illumination, equanimity, peak of the Dharma, light of the universe, perfect from the beginning.